A man has received the maximum sentence to prison for his rape conviction, according to the Meigs County prosecuting attorney James K. Stanley. Timothy Ball Jr. of Syracuse was sentenced to the maximum of 11 to 16 and a half years in prison. A jury had convicted Ball last month of 2 counts of felony rape for a sexual assault that happened in October of 2025. Ball will now have to register as a Tier 3 sex offender. According to Stanley, following Ball's release from prison, he will be on mandatory post-release control for 5 years.